Hey YouTube, Kira Qualia here, bringing you guys a deck profile. Today I'll be showing you my friend Brandon's Blau deck. It's an extremely broken deck. Almost everyone at my locals wanted to build it, just so hard to get it.
Fuck you, Brandon.
Brandon was the first one who wanted to build it, so he was the first one to finish it. So we'll go ahead and show you his deck profile. Let's go ahead and get started. His build basically consists of 3 Galaxy Block Luger. This is the main card of the deck. Pretty much if any one of your rear guards with Blau hits your Vanguard, you can pay the cost, which is CB2, discard 2, and you can restand the Vanguard, and it's the same card in the same column as well, correct?
Yes.
So pretty much like the original Blau, just the power is given to all the rear guards as well.
And he doesn't lose his twin drive this time.
Yeah, that's the good thing about limit breaks. Also, he's running 2 of the Break Ride, Mon Block Luger. This card just adds on more pressure with Galaxy Block Luger's effect. Pretty much its effect is you CB1, stand all of your rear guards, so you get 2 more additional attacks along with the original 3. So you pretty much attack with both the rear guards first, then the Vanguard, CB1, stand the other 2 rear guards. If you use Galaxy Block Luger, then it's pretty standard that either they guard all 5 or he will be getting his attack off. And he also runs 2 of the original Stern Block Luger. He likes it pretty much for early game push, the cross ride ability. Most of the time when I play against him, he rides this first, then goes Mon, and then gets Galaxy. So the Galaxy will be on 13k body, plus with the Break Ride skill. For grade 2s, he runs 4 Mars Block Luger. This card basically, when your Vanguard with Blau and its card name attack hits the Vanguard, you can counterblast 1 to restand Mars Block Luger, and it gets plus 5,000. It's great pressure. Most of the time to stop this, if this card attacks already, you're going to make sure you guard against the Vanguard, because these will be some pretty big columns later on. If either using the Break Ride or anything like that, it is possible to get off a lot of attacks. And he's also running the original Block Luger. It sets up for an 11k Vanguard with the original Stern. Plus, with the starter you use, it's possible to CB1 for that said starter, and then unflip it for Block Luger's effect, and then CB it once again for another card on the field, like example Mars Block Luger. Just pull off a whole bunch of shenanigans. And he also runs 4 of the 10k attacker. Basically, he runs this. It's a solid ride target if you don't have Block Luger. And you can also, it's great for rear guard pressure if you don't have Mars on rear guard. Just another Blau to hit the Vanguard to use Galaxy's skill. For grade 1s, he runs 4 of the Perfect Guard, Blau Dunkelheit. Just standard Perfect Guard, much better to run a Blau Perfect Guard than anything like Twin Blader or something like that. 4 Flower Ray Leprechaun. This is the grade 1 version of Mars Block Luger. The only difference about it, it's the exact same effect, CB1, stand, it gets plus 5. The only bad thing about it, I'm sure Brandon agrees with me, it is not a Blau. That's one of the biggest concerns with this deck. Yeah, that is, not having a Blau. He also runs 2 Claydol Mechanics, pretty much because you do counterblast a lot on the deck. Claydol Mechanic just helps unflip some of the damage. 4 Tough Boy. These are just for strong columns behind the Vanguard, behind any rear guards you want. Especially if you attack first with the Mars, restand it. That's a pretty tough column to get over.
And the deck, it's always swings for either 22 or 17. It gives you the extra 1k.
Yeah, so your opponent has to heavy guard. For triggers, he runs 4 Red Lightning. Pretty standard once again, just an extra crit, plus it's got that great effect of unflipping damage by putting in the soul. I wouldn't really call these the Blau triggers, but they were made particularly for the Blau deck just because they look like Blaus. But 4 Scones Wetter, or if that's the proper way to say it, not sure. The crit, 4 the draw, Regan Bogan. This is not the draw, this is the heal.
Yes.
My mistake. Regan Bogan. Okay, draw trigger.
Now there's
and the 4 actual draw triggers, Schneen Regan. And lastly, the most broken starter in the entire game, I would say, Morgenrot. Its ability is pretty much when your Vanguard with Blau and its card name attacks hits the Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, search for a Blau and its card name among them, put it into your hand. It's super broken pretty much because it's not a soul effect. So you can get this effect. Yeah. You can get this effect off multiple times. It is a 5k, so it makes for a great early game booster with your Vanguard. Just overall brokenness. Just the fact that you don't have to put it into the soul makes it all worthwhile.
And in fact, with Blau Kluger, it's a free plus.
Exactly, with his undamaged ink flippability. Well, that's it for the deck profile. Thanks again to Brandon for letting me check out his deck.
Blau sucks.
Vince doesn't
the guy
like
who just
Blau's
lost to it?
at all. Yeah, because he lost to it. Well, that's it for the deck profile. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and Kira, Quali out.